Yo, what's good? It's Levon. That one felt weird. Yo, what's good? It's Levon. You already know who it is. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm here to drop another gem on y'all today. So this morning, I was just in a group in our on BetterHelp. This isn't a sponsored video, but why am I saying this? I don't know. Let's continue. So I was in a group in our on BetterHelp, and the lady, she was talking about decision making. That was the topic of the video. And I was like, yo, I actually just made a video a couple days ago. What was it, last week? A couple weeks ago on decision making. So that's a weird coincidence. And that got me thinking. I'm like, yo, I've been off my YouTube game for the past few days, and I gotta make the decision to get back on it. You know, it was a busy weekend. However, that's no excuse. I can't let myself fall back into my old habits. I gotta practice here what I'm preaching to you guys, because I wanna be congruent in what I'm saying. I can't just be bringing you guys topics that I'm not actively acting on myself. So I'm making a decision to make this video today. I think that's why I was saying that. I don't know, dude. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys today about perspectives. And I had a thought this morning. So I'm gonna paint a scenario in your mind, right? Imagine you're at home, chilling, everything's cool. Maybe you're on the game, you're doing whatever activity you like to do. You're reading your favorite book. I don't know. Eating. Everyone likes eating, right? Yeah, you're eating your favorite meal at home. Everything is cool. And as soon as you step outside, you're surrounded by a toxic gas that kills you. You know, it suffocates you. Not immediately, but you suffocate every single time that you go outside if you're home. Imagine you're living in that world. Wouldn't that suck? You know, that sounds miserable, right? But what if I told you that you are living in that world? What if I told you the air that you breathe is toxic to you and it would kill you in seconds? Now, obviously, that's not true. We're all here. You're watching this video. You've made it this far in life, unless you've just somehow been holding your breath for however many years you've been alive. That's just not the case. But I was thinking, for fish, right? If I asked the fish the same thing, then that statement, that scenario rings true. If they leave the water, they're surrounded by the same air that we breathe freely, but it would kill them. It's toxic to them. You know what I'm saying? And so there's that scenario. But let me give you a different one. So say you go outside and you look up, and you see 100 trees that are like miles tall. I don't think there's any mile tall trees in existence, but imagine seeing that. Like, trees are big as is, but a mile, like, wouldn't that be nuts? So clearly for us, that's not true. But if you look from the perspective of say an ant or a small insect, then yeah, from their perspective, that statement is true. And I find it interesting that, you know, we can have this solid, this concrete, constant thing that is non-changing. It is objectively this thing for no matter who's looking at it. However, their perspective of that same item can be vastly different. And even if you go even smaller, like just one single piece of bark can have so much more going on in it that everyone else doesn't see, that we're all not aware of, that these smaller organisms and creatures are aware of, like a whole ecosystem, that a whole life that they're living. Granted, they don't have thought and all that, but I just think that's wild, right? And you can even go to the other extreme of being infinitely large and seeing the small speck of a tree or an earth that's the size of an atom. But I digress. I'm about to go on a tangent. But I say that to say they're like the universe, or I don't know, it's outside of our world. So our world, our universe, whatever, it's constant, right? It's not changing. It is what it is. However, our different perspectives can make it like 1,000 different things. You know what I'm saying? And that was interesting to me, and that kind of got me thinking about just our day-to-day lives and just having conversations with people or debates. If you get into a debate or an argument, there is one thing that is the truth, that is concrete, that is what actually happened, but then you got these two people arguing on that same situation based off their perspective and how they perceived the occurrences that happened from their experience, you know? And furthermore, that made me think about my current situation. So I just left my job at the Home Depot in early December, and right now I'm looking for another job. So I'm between jobs, I'm considered unemployed. And a lot of people, if they found themselves in my situation, would be panicky or anxious and maybe wondering where the next meal is going to come from. That's if you didn't save appropriately. But just being unemployed, that would cause a lot of people anxiety. But that made me realize, like, I don't feel that way right now. I feel more free now than I have in a long time, and just with where I am in my personal growth journey, and with where I am, it's just as far as mentally, I'm not letting that situation, which is me being unemployed, that's not affecting my mental in the way that would a lot of people. But we all have that option. There's one concrete thing, but we can decide our perspective and how we view that one certain thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like that was an interesting thing it's weird that our world it's pretty objective, but when it comes to beings and individuals, then it becomes subjective. You know, it's like the two simultaneously existing. But yeah, so if I were to try to make this have some kind of life takeaway, I'd say if you find yourself in a certain position or dealing with certain circumstances in life that you don't find ideal, granted they probably aren't, but try to shift your perspective. What else might you be getting out of that situation that you're just oblivious to, or that you're choosing to ignore? Because a lot of negative situations breed positivity to some degree. Not saying that's the case all the time, but you know, it's just something to consider. A shift in perspective and trying to view circumstances or the world from someone else's point of view, it can go a long way. And I also want to add, and oftentimes when we look at ourselves, we don't tend to, like, if someone else had our life circumstances, we will be a lot more able to give them guidance and try to offer them advice to get them out of their current situation. But when it comes to us, we're not able to take ourselves away, you know what I'm saying, and look at what's going on from a different point of view. And I think that's something we can all work on. I don't really know if that ties in entirely to what I initially talked about, but it all still has to do with perspective, and that's the video I wanted to bring to you guys today. So if you found that interesting, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on this, and also subscribe to your boy. Yo, hit the notifications, my G, because I've been on here. Y'all can't deny that I've been on the grind on my channel, and even though I missed like the past 3 days, let's not talk about that. You know, I didn't even bring it up. What? The last three, what? I'm just rambling now. Y'all take it easy. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Deuces.